All right, what's going on YouTube? So I was pretty sure that I was ready to start painting today, um, and then I found a couple more dings and stuff that I should concentrate on. So instead, I thought, well, this is a good time for an update. Um, you see the boat's back on a trailer, and I broke down and said I'm gonna buy these uh, trailer-mounted boat jacks. I bought them from Total Boat. Um, they're actually made by Brownell. Brownell, not the gun supply, gun sporting goods supply company, but there's another company called Brownell that's boat jacks and so on and so forth. Um, Regardless, if you go on the Brownell site, these are the same jacks, but they're more expensive than the ones that are sold by Jamestown Distributor uh, and by Total Boat. These are Total Boat jacks. When I got them in the mail, they came with Brownell instructions, so they are the same jacks, just a lot less expensive than from the Brownell website. Why that is, I have no idea. Regardless, I'm going to show you these in a second. Now, uh, this is really the reason for this particular update, is talk about these jacks, these trailer mounted boat jacks, Total Boat. Now they say the directions said, and when I ordered them, it clearly says that for this size trailer, and it's a bigger trailer than what I have, and I can't remember exactly what the dimensions were, but they gave the dimensions and they said these are the trailers. They won't work on the trailer smaller than this or bigger than this. And there was a lot of reviews on the boat jack saying, yeah, it didn't work on my trailer, blah blah blah. I'm so pissed. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna make them work. So I ordered them. It was about a little less than $1,000 for these 4 jacks. But jacks are friggin' expensive, and these mount to your trailer. I thought, man, this is gonna work out for me. This is what I want. So, and I'm gonna make them work. So I got them in, and I'll show them to you here really quick, just so this isn't a super boring video. So here goes the ones in the front, and then the ones in the back. Is here. So here's the known problem I knew I was going to have when I ordered them. This is too small for this jack, but I had some plate steel, and so I made washers. I got a plate steel washer there. I got a plate steel washer there. Now, Total Boat or Brownell, whoever the friggin' made this stupid thing, could have easily made this work on this size trailer had they just used bolts with more threads. If they had threads up to here on the bolts, then or even up to here, this would have worked fine on any trailer this size or not. But that was the known problem. The unknown problem was when this was sitting down on the trailer, this part of the jack was too long by 5 inches. It was into my hull. So I had to cut this off 5 inches. I just used an angle grinder with a cutting wheel, a cutoff wheel, and I cut that off 5 inches, and I spray painted it to cover it up with, so it wouldn't rust. But regardless, on this side and on the other side, I cut the front ones off 5 inches, and that it just works perfect. It goes right in there with a couple of plates, spacers. Money. I got it working with no problem at all. This is a freaking great setup, and it was so light. Jacking this up, you can move this without putting a bar on it. It comes with a bar each one of these, the front jacks and the back jacks, come with a cheater bar to put on, put on the ends. If you see what I mean, right? So now you can move it with that. But the front ones, the jack is so powerful, and this boat is not heavy enough to where you don't even have to use the cheater bar on the front. On the back, I did. The back's a little heavier. This has got a V8 in it. So V8 with outdrive sticking out the back. So the back was a lot more difficult to lift. And you can't really, you might be able to do it by hand. No, you can't do it by hand. So maybe if I use both hands, but definitely the bar makes life a lot easier. And since I couldn't get the bar on here, I just used a rubber mallet to hit it to where I could get on it and turn it. And I turned them, I made sure they were absolutely even, and then I went 5 turns all the way around until the boat is that high off of the bunks. This is the other known problem I knew I was going to have back here, was this is really supposed to be mounted on this rail, but there's not enough room between the bunk and the frame and the rail to where you could get it in there. So I had this other rail here, and it's a smaller rail, and so I used the cutoff piece, that 5-inch piece that I said that I cut off from the front ones. I used that as my spacer down here, and I used another plate steel spacer there. And this is a 20-foot boat that with a V8 in it, so it's not super light, but these jacks are designed to lift up much bigger boats than this. If I was pushing the weight limit on these jacks, or I was even close to pushing the weight on these things, then I think I might have a pretty kind of a dangerous setup. But because this boat is nowhere near heavy enough to even worry about, it's solid. I've moved the boat around. The thing is rugged, and you can see how far off the trailer it is. Now, this would not be far enough off the trailer to do grinding on the bottom of the boat, or get a DA sander in there, really sand it. And I can go up a little further. These are not up all the way, but you can tell that I have plenty of room to paint. To run the roller down in there, plenty of room to clean the bottom, to paint the bottom, tons of room. So I felt like when I was ready to paint this thing, I was going to put it on these jacks, paint everything I could paint, and then when I'm done with that, just set it back down on the trailer and paint the spots underneath the jacks, and you're done. So the only reason why I'm not painting right now is I've just found a couple other little things that I wanted to throw some Thixoflex in. Just to be, I just took some of the Total Boat Thixoflex. Whoops, still really sticky right now, but I just little pinholes, and filled in the pinholes that I found, and gonna wait for that Thixoflex to harden up, and then, man, I'm gonna introduce you to my horribly cluttered garage. But my wife and I, we also run a antique booth, a booth in an antique mall. So we have a ton of clutter in the garage from stuff that's gonna be sold in the antique mall. Anyway, here's just a small list. Oh, here you go, right here. See, this is what was in with the Total Boat stands. Brownell. Not made by Total Boat. Made by Brownell. So Brownell sends you a thing for if you want to get replacement parts. There you go. And you don't get them from Total Boat. You get them from Brownell. Save some money. go through Jamestown's distributors and get the total boat ones. But yeah, so that's my that's the product that's going to go on this boat. So all right, let me talk about it. This Pettit Protect is going on. I've got two colors, white and gray. I'm going to start with white, go to gray, go back to white, go back to gray. I know I only need I only need 3 coats of Pettit Protect to do the job. I'm going to do 4. You know, one more can't hurt anything. I'm going to end with gray. And then I've got this bad Billy sitting back here. Some Black Widow is going to go on. The Pettit Black Widow will go on to the bottom after the Pettit Protect. Then we get in the topside paint. And with the topside, that's converter. There we go. Alex Seal primer for the top side, dark gray primer. So prime out the sides with the primer, and I've got the brush reducer and the converter because it's also an epoxy setup, and then the top coat in Kingston gray. So should be pretty badass when I'm done. Anyway, there goes my update. Sorry about the mess. There you are. This is the 1968 Bertram Bahia Mar 20 that's getting a facelift, a long needed facelift. She's a beautiful boat, and she will be again, you know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.